All right, we have an update for you on the story we brought you earlier this week. Wild story about a local Kansas newspaper that was raided by the entirety of the local police department over some weird beef of a local restaurant owner who thought and accused them of getting her DUI record under suspicious or illegal circumstances. Normally, there are First Amendment protections for journalists that require, if you're going to subpoena materials, you subpoena specific materials, not this broad search and seizure, which is exactly what they did. Taking computers, taking cell phones, even raiding the owner of the newspaper's house. One of the elderly co-owners died days later out of the stress. Crazy, crazy story. Okay, we have an update for you. Let's put this up on the screen. So the prosecutor in this small town, Marion County, has now withdrawn the search warrant that was executed at that small town Kansas newspaper that police raided on Friday, the paper's lawyer said on Wednesday, which the Kansas Bureau of Investigation soon confirmed. All electronic devices seized by police will be returned to the Marion County record, said Bernie Rhodes. He's a Kansas City-based attorney that is representing the Kansas City Star and also represents the Marion County record. Let's put this quote up on the screen. So this lawyer said, "We have stopped the hemorrhaging, but it does nothing about taking care of the damage that has already occurred from the violation of the First Amendment in the first place. The KBI investigation, that's Kansas Bureau of Investigations, remains open, but the probe will proceed without review or examination of any of the evidence that was seized Friday." They said they will present their findings to prosecutor once the investigation is complete. In a statement, Marion County Attorney Joel Enzi said he concluded that insufficient evidence existed to establish a legally sufficient nexus between this alleged crime and the places searched and the item seized. So there's two pieces here. First of all, you've got this beef with this local, politically connected restaurant owner. Then it came out that the police chief who, was involved directly in this search, he was under investigation by the newspaper for the circumstances surrounding his departure from a different police department, apparently amid some issues with sexual improprieties. So very convenient for him that he gets to seize all the materials of their investigation into him as well. But now we have another layer here that I was just reading about, Sagar. So one of the questions was this local judge who signed off on this thing, which many experts are saying was completely illegal, this search warrant to start with. So this judge, Laura Villar, she had her own multiple DUIs, which were apparently completely covered up and swept under the rug. Let me read you from the news report. The first arrest in Coffee County, about an hour and 15 minutes southeast of her home, hasn't been reported. The second came amid an unopposed re-election bid for Morris County attorney. She wasn't supposed to be driving at all because her driver's license was suspended in that county. She reportedly drove off-road and crashed into a school building next to a high school football field while driving then 8th District Magistrate Judge's, Thomas Ball is his name, his vehicle. So she was driving a judge's vehicle, drunk, not supposed to be driving at all, and crashed into a school building. None of this came out. And they have no record, actually, of there even being any sort of case involved. It looks like it was just completely swept under the rug by this local cabal of whatever is going on there. She was never sanctioned by the state's Attorney Discipline Board, won re-election multiple times as a Republican candidate for Morris County attorney because the public had no idea what was going on. And she is, by the way, up for a retention vote during the 2024 general election. So we'll see if the people take a very different view of what's going on here.
This is as good as it gets for the whole small town corruption cop force story. It's almost, oh my gosh, I can't even.
Well, the fact that she had DUIs too, I was like, oh, that's why you were sympathetic to this lady whose DUIs are being made public.
And just the seizure of all of it. I'm glad it actually captured the nation's attention. And we saw a tremendous amount of interest in it as well. And I think that people just understand, this is just so fundamentally corrupt and unfair. So glad to see some of it rectified, and we'll continue to get the details out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, if you like that video, go to breakingpoints.com, become a premium subscriber, and help us build the best independent media organization on the planet.
That's right. We're subscriber funded. We're building something new. We want to replace these failing mainstream media organizations.
So again, to subscribe, it's breakingpoints.com.